everyone. I'll just bring up my presentation. All right, I'm Mick from Hey Fritz, peer-to-peer item hire. A call out to the other founders of Hey Fritz, which is Sammy Williamson, Delia Barrett, and Michael Redman. I'm today from Ngunnawal land in Canberra, so respects to the ancestors, past, present, and future. And also thank you to the Canberra Innovation Network, who's been supporting Hey Fritz. So Hey Fritz, I got interested in Hey Fritz when I was looking at I did some climate policy study at the ANU, and I came across some pretty compelling data around climate change and have been sort of interested in climate-related issues since then. So there's some interesting data out there from PwC about the size of the sharing economy and the part that the sharing economy can play in helping to support environmental initiatives. So the PwC has done quite a bit of study, particularly in the US, surveying people across each state in the US, and they're predicting that the size of the sharing economy is going to go from around 15 billion to around 335 billion in 2025. I became pretty interested just to see what sort of interest there was in the sharing economy in Australia and how it compared with the US. So in the US, the PwC survey found that 72% of people were interested in getting involved in the sharing economy in the next couple of years, which is pretty significant amount. So I started doing some initial surveys just across Canberra, and then extended out across Australia. So I've done about 300 surveys now. About 150 of those have been in the ACT, and the rest have been in each other state and territory. So there's a whole bunch of drivers as to why people are interested in getting involved in the sharing economy, and I was particularly focusing on people's interest in peer-to-peer item hire. So as part of the survey, I was asking people, would you be interested in putting forward things for other peers to potentially rent out? And people put forward hundreds of different things. So now that I've done about 300 surveys, there's a couple hundred people that have put forward things which they're interested in making available for people to hire in the community. Trailers, fire pits, mowers, thermomixes, there's just a huge list of things, basically everything sort of imaginable. And the drivers were waste reduction, social connection, extra income, convenience, greater variety, and it's just sort of a fun way to get what you need as well. The trick is sort of in making it easy and convenient. So it's pretty simple concept. People list the items, the availability, and the price. We've had things across, as mentioned, multiple categories: sport and fitness, trailers and caravans, also boats. In that category, people are interested in sort of making available things like caravans and boats that they own, but just for stationary rentals. So they can tow their caravans around and provide them as an extra space, for example, for people to stay in at Christmas when they've got overflow guests, or if you're staying on the coast and you're looking to stay in a caravan park and you just want to borrow a local's caravan, you can get them to tow it down. And then a whole bunch of sort of gardening, home and garden DIY projects, electronics, things to help with leisure or entertainment. So in the surveys that we did, just in terms of what are some of the barriers in the sharing economy, a big one is just trust. Probably 95% of people that have responded have mentioned the importance of insurance. People worry that when they lend something out, it might get wrecked, and how do we deal with those situations? So there's not much around in Australia in terms of insurance in the peer-to-peer item hire. So I spent quite a bit of time just getting in contact with different insurance agencies and just finding out, if someone was going to hire something that they own to someone else in the community, would you guys be prepared to insure that? And most of the answers no. But we ended up negotiating in the end, a peer-to-peer item hire insurance through a company in the UK. called Guardhog. They provide insurance to Airbnb and bookings.com as well. So that was sort of a major breakthrough in people's interest in peer-to-peer item hire and ensuring that when they lend something out that it is covered by a type of insurance if something happens to go wrong. And that covers theft, loss, and damage. So yeah, so Hey Fritz provides insurance. We do identity verification for people involved in the platform. We help to resolve any disputes between people if there are any, and that's not occurred yet. That's a good thing, but we are there to help if that happens. And we also support people with sort of spreading the word. If they want to put something forward to potentially rent out, then we have some advertising that they can use for that. And customers have a pretty simple interface to search, book, and pay. So yeah, after we initially came up with the concept, it was based around a Facebook site as we built our platform up, and did just a manual trial where people emailed in and said, hey, I want to borrow charcoal barbecues, whippersnippers, trailers, whatever else they were sort of looking for. And we matched it against our list of people who'd put forward stuff they're willing to lend out. And we had a really successful trial of people coming together and renting things to one another. That's a little pitch there of our first 4 hires for Hey Fritz. It was a chocolate fountain, a little charcoal Barbie, a kid's mountain bike, and a tent. And since then, we've had all manner of different things which have been rented out. We even had the nightmare, because when I was sort of talking about the concept of Hey Fritz, and people would say, well, what happened if someone wanted to borrow a chainsaw and chop their arm off? And actually one of the first few items we actually had someone request to hire was actually a chainsaw. Luckily, no one did chop their arm off. With that side of the platform, if someone does happen to injure themselves when using something from someone else, we actually don't have an insurance that covers that, unfortunately. So it is just up to people. The platform makes sure it's a requirement that people keep their things in working order, and that they get a briefing from the person they're borrowing from when they're borrowing, and that they're competent to use it. One of the things with Hey Fritz is we're using data and AI, and the idea around our data and artificial intelligence angle is that if people want the platform to help them achieve certain goals, then they can actually opt in to have their data used for that purpose. So we do have a couple of people on our team have experience in data and also in artificial intelligence. And so they can use the data to figure out what's in high demand, target sign-up marketing to people with in-demand items, identify people in need of rentals, target sign-up marketing to people in need of rentals, identify items available nearby. And we can do also things like matching complementary items during checkout. So there's a lot of evil uses of data out there. We think this is a really good one. This is data for good. If you want to have a particular goal of doing things in a more sustainable way, then we can, if you opt into that, present you with options for you to rent stuff rather than buy stuff. So I started off with some pretty dodgy screenshots that I sort of did up using HTML coding, and just to present the concept to people that were interested in Hey Fritz coming to life. And since then, we've been putting together our website, and I'll just flip over to the website now and show screenshots of our website. Now, screen. Right, so yeah, so part of my presentation, I was just interested in, we're sort of racing to get this one finished before the NENA conference, just to show people what we've put together as we've evolved from our Facebook site to something which is a bit easy to use. So our more automated platform is going to come out in February next year. This was going a long way. So we're interested to hear from people in the ways that they think they might use a sharing platform like Hey Fritz. People can list things from organizations, for example, can list things on the platform. Individuals can list things on the platform, and we've had a few environmental organizations that are interested in starting little communities, tagged communities within the platform as well. So there's the ability to browse in the platform. You can make a request for an item, and you can invite friends to the platform as well. At the moment, in this interim step, when you browse through the catalog, it just takes you to the things which we have listed so far. So fire pits and cake tins and wedding decorations. It just gives you a bit of an idea of the sort of stuff that people have put forward to rent out. Stuff we've got on the platform so far is 80% of the things that you have on there right now are from the ACT, and the other 20% is actually from across every other state and territory, because we've got something from everywhere. So when people look through and identify something that they're interested in, they click on rental request, and it actually just enables them to send an email to us to request an item. Spreading the word enables people to dip in and share on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, and also via email. We've got some gift cards coming up in the lead up to Christmas, if people are interested in giving people something practical or something on the experience side. So Hey Fritz is not just about getting sort of practical things that you need, but it's also fun to try new stuff. You know, the chocolate fountain, for example, is fun to try when you're having a dinner party. You can try something new like kite surfing. We just had a kite surfer listed the other day. And so it's not just about practicality, it's about sort of fun, trying something before you buy it, or just trying something that you have wanted to try but you haven't had a chance. So that concludes my little presentation. I'm keen for people to go and check out heyfritz.com. We are in the building phase at the moment of our sort of snazzy version of the platform. So if you have some ideas on how things could work better in there, let us know. And if you have some ideas on how the thing might be used, please let us know as well. Oh, I should mention, in terms of our pricing, Hey Fritz, when you sign up to Hey Fritz, you become a member of the Hey Fritz community. Got a free spirit sign up, which is unlimited browsing. You can list 5 items, you can borrow an item each month, and the insurance covers you up to $100 per item. And the Experience Hunter, which is our most popular one so far, is $5 a month, and you get unlimited listing and browsing of items, and also skills and spaces as well. And the Hey Fritz insurance covers you up to $500 per item. You get rebates with eco community partners. So we've got some partners who are also interested in environmental sustainability, and you get rebates through them, like coffee shops, and monthly reports on how much waste and CO2 you're saving.